head straight to Washington in the United States and get the views of the renowned publicity expert and, of course, best-selling author of a brand new book, which is called The Woking Dead, which is America's most talked about book at the moment. It's AJ Rice. AJ, welcome to the show.
Brother Mark, it's good to be here. You know, I know you weren't looking for an Irish Catholic guy from Philadelphia to defend the Queen, but you've got one.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. What motivates these attacks on Britain's monarchy, AJ?
Look, you guys are getting a taste of it. I mean, this is who we are at. We are, fighting the culture war with every day over here. I mean, you could have replaced, Queen Elizabeth's name with George Washington, and they would be saying the same thing. I mean, this is an attack. Look, she was a beacon of Western civilization, pluralism, commerce. So this is the attack that's going on stateside here. It goes on throughout the West and other places. It's an attack from entertainment, from the media, from certain big tech companies. She was a beacon for Western civilization. And isn't it interesting, these same people that are throwing shade at her over the last week, they were very upset to see Gorbachev go. Isn't that interesting? So Gorbachev's good. Elizabeth Windsor bad. I mean, these are the people here stateside that my clients, who you've had on, that my book talks about. Look, we're arm in arm in this, brother. So, I know you guys can take it, and we're there with you.
AJ, the people that are so critical of Britain and its past are the same people that loathe America's history too.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, this is, a group of people that, if you go throughout history, I mean, they are trying to systematically erase, even pre, 1776 America. I mean, it's the 1619 Project. It's all backed up by the social justice warriors that are looking for race and racism around every corner. But if I were the British people, and if I were the House of Windsor, I would say to the haters out there, you're welcome. Because quite frankly, the English-speaking world, led by, the UK, have brought more peace and prosperity and commerce and education and medicine and philanthropy than any other group of people on the planet. I mean, this woman fought the Nazis. She was a staunch Cold Warrior against the USSR. So to show up now like some kind of loose cannon from the humanities department of some institution, which a lot of these people are, some of them have TV gigs. So I would say you're welcome. I mean, look, this is the tyranny of the minority, though. Most people here, stateside, Canada, the English-speaking world, they recognize that she was a heroic icon. Yes, they had money, but nobody gave away more of it to help people when they did their Commonwealth tours than the royal family. So, I mean, don't sweat it. It's not all of us. I can't, vouch for some of the wackos on TV over here. But this is a smart audience. You know, and this audience knows that it's not all of us.
Well, indeed not. Do you think this wave of Anglophobia could threaten the special relationship, AJ?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've got a statue of Churchill behind me here, right next to a statue of Madison. So it's not going to look. This is the grievance mafia, right? This is the grievance group. They see her as some kind of matriarchal white supremacy icon that has to be torn down. I mean, we've had a lot of them. Okay, they called the prior president the same thing. They attacked Thatcher, they attacked Reagan, they attacked Churchill this way. So, I mean, I know you guys have had some statues torn down there too. At the core of this is about recreating Western civilization and their image. And their image is bleak, it's grievous, and most Americans are happy warriors. Most British subjects are too. So we're not going to let these people drag this woman in through the mud. Forget it.
I wonder to what extent this Anglophobia is at a government level, because relations between the United Kingdom and Barack Obama, I thought, were quite frosty, especially towards the end when he was extremely critical around the forces that eventually made Brexit happen. I think he said that Britain would be at the back of the queue for a trade deal, which I think is a very insulting thing to say to a long-term ally. And relations between Biden and the UK are currently quite frosty too, particularly in relation to the Northern Ireland Protocol post-Brexit.
Sure. I mean, look, we had 8 years of Barack Obama, and their motto was lead from behind. And, you know, when he was elected, he went around the world apologizing for, you know, America's sins and Western civilization's sins. So, you know, I mean, you have to understand, the people around this current president, and quite frankly, pretty much Barack Obama too, maybe not Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter as much. These are radical people that have some sort of humanities degree or some sort of postmodern philosophy degree. They see England as a colonial power still. They see Israel as a colonial power. They see United States and Canada as it, even to this day. They're never going to be able to shake that. They've got this sort of, they've got, you know, sort of, I mean, it's wokeism, but at the same time, it's anti-Americanism, anti-British, philosophies. And I got to tell you, they're after Churchill, they're after Columbus, but they don't really know England's history. They don't know the fact that you guys ended slavery with, you know, a vote, whereas we had to sacrifice 600,000 people to end slavery, North and South. So, look, they're not educated. They get their news from TikTok, so forgive them and their ignorance.
AJ, can America do business with King Charles III?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, Charles, you know, is, you know, he's got different priorities. I think, you know, the Biden administration might find an ally in some of his positions on things like climate change and some other issues. But look, I think Charles is going to be fine. You know, he's getting the crown at a later age. But, you know, I'm not going to throw any shade at Charles. I mean, I think Charles will do his duty, and I think there will be a continued, you know, special relationship from Charles. I mean, look, Princess Diana was loved here. It's a fact. But I think we've even moved beyond some of that. So, you know, I mean, obviously the tabloids are going to follow what the tabloids follow. But we can absolutely do business with Charles, 100%.
AJ, before you go, we'll speak at greater length in the future, but could you give me your elevator pitch for your best-selling new book, The Woking Dead? You describe wokeism as a virus. It's the book that all of America's talking about. Tell me more.
Look, it's a cultural virus. It's a cultural virus that is hammering the Queen right now. I mean, this is who we're fighting. It's some of it has been around a long time. It predates World War I. It's cultural Marxism, you know, the sort of long march through the institutions, because they knew here that they weren't going to be able to flip our workers into overthrowing the country like they did in Russia with the Romanovs. So we talk at great length about how to take back your country and how to push back against wokeism in the schools and in the entertainment business.